Hi, everybody. Kristina here with Aaron Nordstrom of Gemini Syndrome.
Yet again.
We upped the audio for you and everything.
I will try and talk louder.
I know we saved your voice for the main attraction, so.
It's not even that. I'm just soft spoken, right? And I get yelled at all the time about this. Like, we were at radio today. Every radio station I go to, they're like, "You're so soft spoken." I'm like, "I know. That's just how I talk." But for the present purposes, I will project, right? I don't know, something like that.
So, we actually tuned into you this morning on 99 Rock for the My December cover. It was absolutely amazing. So, what made you decide to do that cover?
It's one of my favorite Linkin Park songs. I still have memories of like listening to that when it came out when I was younger. That I'll spare details or whatever, but it's very vivid for me. You know what I mean? And with the passing of him and Chris Cornell and all these other amazing artists that have gone, we kind of wanted to pick something that would be, an homage or something. And that was the first one that came to my mind. And it made sense because we have piano anyway and whatnot. So
It was beautifully done. It's one of those songs that hits home for me, and to have you do it just makes it even more special. So, on to next topic. Get away from the fandom a little bit. With Meigs, how did that happen?
Meigs is a longtime friend of ours. He's been around as a friend, as a brother, as a peer in the music industry since the beginning of this band and before that even. So looking for people who really wanted to be a part of this on a long term, just kind of made sense. He was in the studio with us when I was doing the original demo vocals for like the pre-Lux record, So it was always kind of like he was always kind of in the scenes, I got the first Gemini Syndrome tattoo, and he got tattooed the same night at my house. Like, that was a little bonding experience. So, I mean, it goes all the way back to the very beginning of this band.
Okay.
And it worked out that, his life, our lives, everything just kind of lined up. So,
What is your favorite part about the current lineup and how everyone meshes or fills in to meet one another?
I mean, pretty much exactly how you asked the question, is that everybody fills their role. You know what I mean? Like, everybody does their job. If that makes sense.
It does.
Like, everybody's just doing their part, you know what I mean? And that comes together as a whole thing. Everybody has their own style, whether it be musically or performance-wise on stage. Everybody brings their thing to the table, and that gets expressed. So it's not like one person necessarily making up for someone else or anything like that. I don't know. It's very natural, I suppose.
So, with the addition of Meigs, with the new album, does it change the way that you were planning on recording, progressing?
I suppose to an extent it has to, because you bring another variable into the equation, so of course the equation has to change. That's just the nature of the universe. It'll be different than Memento Mori was because it's a different time period and Meigs is involved, so we'll get to bring in his ideas and his inspiration and his creativity. And with that being said, like, who knows where that'll go? You know what I mean? That's one of those things you'll find out on the fly, which is exciting.
Great.
Meigs is great, man. He's a great player, very creative, has a very unique approach to soundscaping and just how he plays guitar. So I think that'll be a really cool element to throw into what we've done up until now to see where it goes. Maybe it's Maybelline.
That was from our first interview.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Maybe I'm born with it.
I can't argue that. Actually, that's another question. That's one I've never asked you. How did you discover your voice?
I mean, my mom is the first person that exposed me to singing. She sings all the time. She's a professional singer. So I was kind of raised around that. And the story goes, I don't remember this because I was very young. I guess I was in my car seat and we were driving down the road and I started harmonizing with whatever was on the radio. It is something that had been played probably over and over again. And she turned around and she was like, "Oh, keep doing that, you're harmonizing." And my little kid brain didn't know what that meant, so I started singing the melody. And so she kind of like, okay, never mind. Kind of let me be, right? You know? So I kept, then a few minutes go by and I start harmonizing again. And even to this day, she kept fostering that and kept encouraging it, you know? And it's odd now, even as the quote-unquote lead singer of a band, I still very much more enjoy the harmony aspect of music. If you can tell kind of by Memento Mori, there's just harmonies everywhere. And that's really, that's the fun for me. I enjoy that more. The palette of my ear kind of gravitates toward that stuff. So, yeah, really from just being a kid, raised around music all the time.
Do you have a favorite song to play on stage? I know you have several. Is there one that means a little more than others?
No. Honestly, no. It depends on the day. You know, if it's an angry day, then the more aggressive stuff is cool to play. In that regard, there's a lot of songs from the two records combined that we've never even played live that I would like to see in the set that just never made it for whatever reason. So, yeah, no, I don't.
Do you change the set on a lineup, like on a regular progression?
On a tour basis, yeah. Every tour is a little different. Okay. Let's talk about your sweet hair.
My hair?
Yeah.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that because I had Sar Handelman last week put his hands in my hair. I'm not a touchy person, so it was one of those borderline things. Kind of freaked me out a little bit, but it was awesome at the same time.
I was tempted to for a second, but I'm going to respect your space.
Hey, you know what? If you ask, I'm totally okay with it.
Can I touch your hair?
Yes. Feel free.
Whoa.
I only laugh because that's not at all what I was expecting. But thanks.
Yeah.
Now I can
thank
say
you. Thank you.
So I guess that's our bye.
That was perfect.
All right.
Shout any of the magazines out.
Yes. All right. So Kristina here, signing off for Patchchord News with Aaron Nordstrom of Gemini Syndrome.
That's me.